Hey guys, this is Tony with Geek Designs. Today I'm back with another Affinity video. Today I want to talk about the stroke width tool and how to use it and where it's a good tool to use for you. This is a tool that's pretty powerful once you learn how to use it, and it takes a little bit of playing around to get used to, but once you learn it and once you master it, it'll change how you use strokes and how you work with them, how you make them, how you work them into your pieces. So let's just hop into it. Alright, here we are with Affinity. If we go over to our tools, the width tool is over here. And basically what we need to do is we need to select, let's start with this square right here. We're going to play around with the square and learn how to use it. We'll also use a circle, and then we'll go into a real world example of how to use this. So we're going to go over to our tool. And now that I have it selected, as you see when I go to the stroke, I have a bar come around. This is actually a point that will be added to the stroke. So if I select here, now when I grab these handles, it's going to change, but it's changing based on this angle or based on this point. So as you see, it's changing the whole thing. Maybe I don't want that to happen. So how do I control this now? Now I have to add more points. If you use something similar to like a puppet wrap tool in Adobe, very similar to that. Now you see, as I just moved this, I put 2 points down there. It's now pinching those and holding those in place. And I can come back here and modify this one. I can also move this. As I select this, I can drag it around and say, well, I actually want it over here. I could also grab these points and do it here. I can do it on the corners. This corner is the main corner that is controlling all this. So this one has a little bit more control to itself. There's also other stuff. You can change how snapping works. You can change a couple other settings. Let's go to the circle and see how this works on the circle. Now, as you see with the circle, we also have this control point right here. That'll change the whole thing. Let's say I want this point and this point for some reason to be the changing points. Now I can get a cool crescent moon look. I could also make it down here and make it look like Sailor Moon logo. Pretty nifty. Also come up here and do the same thing and make this really fat and disgusting looking. Now let's go down and actually get some real world experience with this. Let's go down to this testing, and as you see, I made this stroke and I realized, oh crap, I drew this stroke and I realized I didn't want this to be just one solid width. I want this to also be a tail. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go to my width tool. I'm gonna put a point in the middle, and I'm gonna put a point at each end which already forms, and I'm gonna push this down, and I'm gonna push this one down. Now as you see, I'm making a point that actually works for me and actually makes this a little bit better. I don't want it this fat, I want it a little bit smaller, and I want this to come down to not a hairline, but pretty close to it. Now as you can see, we went from just a single unified width down to something that looks more like a brush stroke. So play around with this tool, figure out how it works in your workflow, and do some testing with it. If you learned something, if you got something out of this, like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below which tool you want to learn next in Affinity. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.